My wife and my girlfriend's girlfriend were all getting down on me for drinking too much, threatening to leave me, and I didn't want to lose them, so I decided to take some classes on the effects of alcohol on the brain. And so I went down and took the classes, and they told me, according to the inner workings and hidden mechanisms of my kilometer within coordination with the sidereal movement, they would venture to say without fear of contradictions or reservations that I could drink one beer an hour and stay sober. So I decided to put a spin on that, and I went home, and they was all sitting at the kitchen table, and I walked in, and they said, "Well?" And I said, "Well, what?" And they said, "Well, what are you going to do about your drinking?" And I said, "Well, I took some classes, and they told me, according to the inner workings and hidden mechanisms of my kilometer within coordination with the sidereal movement, they would venture to say without fear of contradictions or reservations that I could drink one beer an hour and stay sober, and so that's what I'm going to do." And they said that'd be great if you could actually pull it off, because you usually drink 5 or 6 beers an hour and get what's commonly known as shit-faced. So I said, "Nope, whole new me here coming up." They said, "Well, great, we're going to run up to the store and get a pizza. We'll be right back." And I said, "Well, hang on, there's more to the story." But they went out the door, and I was singing the rest of my little song, and it goes like this. I'm drinking one beer an hour, one beer an hour, yeah, one beer an hour, one beer an hour, yeah, one beer an hour, 24 hours a day. Well, in order to walk the walk and talk the talk and work a good program without backsliding, I had to keep 24 beers in the refrigerator at all times, and I peeked in the fridge, and sure enough, I was already screwing up. All I had was an 18-pack cool down. So I jumped in my pick-em-up truck and I was headed down the road, and you guessed it, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there he was. Cop comes up to the window and says, "Have you been drinking?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I have." He said, "What's going on, buddy?" Nobody admits it that readily. And I said, "Well, I went down and took some classes on the effects of alcoholism on the brain, and they told me at those classes, according to the inner workings and hidden mechanisms of my kilometer within coordination with the sidereal movement, they would venture to say without fear of contradictions or reservations that I could drink one beer an hour and stay sober, and that's what I've been doing." And the cop looks at me and he says, "Man, if you can even remember to repeat that line of bullshit, you got to be straighter than I am. So I'm going to go chase some real bad guys like some marijuana smokers." And so as he was driving away, I'm saying, "Hey, wait a minute, there's more to the story," but he was long gone. So I was just singing it myself. It goes like this. I'm singing one beer an hour, one beer an hour, yeah, one beer an hour, one beer an hour, yeah, one beer an hour, 24 hours a day.